Hey friends, welcome back to Cleaning Therapy. My name is Jenny if you're new here, and in today's video we will be attempting a board and batten accent wall, and it's going to be here in the family room, and I'm also going to be doing some fall decorating just to kind of finish off the room. So this will be episode 1 of my new fall DIY and decorate series. I am so glad you're here, so just sit back and relax and give this video a thumbs up if you're ready for some cleaning therapy. I'm starting here by just prying off these baseboards. I had noticed that the baseboards that I currently have don't really fit the depth of the boards that I'm using for this board and batten, so I thought that replacing them might be a good idea just for this little accent portion. It's kind of like a freestanding support wall, and all of the supplies I use for this DIY I'm going to go ahead and list in my description box. I know that they're specific to my wall, but it might give you an idea of what you might need for this project. I know that a lot of the tutorials I was watching on YouTube really didn't fit my particular wall because they're just straight walls that someone can just put straight boards up and do a board and batten wall. But mine wraps around, so you can see all sides of the wall, so mine was a little bit different. So I ended up watching many different tutorials and trying to piece them together. I ended up having to watch a baseboard tutorial and a skim coating tutorial for the flat parts and a shelving tutorial, all kinds of tutorials. So this is definitely a pieced together project from watching many different people. And I might even link some of those videos in the description in case that might be helpful. But now that I have the wall sanded down in the place that I want the actual accent part to be, I went ahead and gave that a coat of primer as well. And as you can see right above that, I have areas marked for the battens and also the studs. Also, please excuse my voice today, I do have a cold. This was my first time using a Mitre Saw, first time cutting baseboards, laying baseboards, so I definitely learned a lot in this project. First time using a nail gun, a lot of firsts here, but I tried to take my time and do the best I could, and no project will be perfect, but in the end I was pleased with the results. I also noticed when I laid down the boards that there's a pretty decent curve in the wall, so I knew I would have to fill that in with the caulking gun before I paint. Here I'm just turning my saw so that I can do a 45.5-degree angle on this shoe molding. I thought the shoe molding would kind of tie in the baseboards with the rest of the baseboards in my house so that they would blend a little better. And now I'm just marking the battens to 48 inches. I want my overall board and batten wall to be about 57 inches, so each batten I think is going to be 48. But I thought I'd show you guys this because it was like over 100 degrees outside and this crayon was just melted in the grass. It was so hot to be working out in the garage for a project like this, but thankfully it's a couple weeks since I filmed this and we are having a little bit cooler days here in Louisiana. But I'm going to use some liquid nails to attach the batten onto the wall, and then I'll go in with my nail gun. I thought I'd go in with a little shelf piece just to add a little decorative ledge. And so I believe these are 2 inches, so 1x2s. The battens are 1x3s, and the top board is a 1x4, and then the baseboards are 1x6s, just so you guys can know. And then I'm just patching my nail holes, sanding them down, and then this is the skim coating part. I am definitely not skilled at skim coating, but I'm literally just putting up a smooth layer of joint compound and then sanding it down as smooth as I can just to hide the orange peel texture on my wall. So with board and batten, you want this to look like it's all wood, not that there's sheetrock in between. That's kind of the hack. And so to smooth it like that just helps with that. But of course it makes a huge mess because you have to sand down the compound. So here I am going in with the broom and then my mop, and I actually had to mop a couple of times just to get my floors to come back to normal. Now it's the next day and I'm ready to do some more priming. So I'm priming the part that I skim coated, and then I'm also priming over the parts that I sanded over the nail holes. Alex had come home from preschool and he had made me that bracelet, so I had put it on, and I just think it's so cute, and I forgot that it was gonna be in this video. Now it's time for caulking. I went ahead and caulked everywhere that I could just to keep it as seamless as possible. And then I have this bare interior satin enamel, ultra pure white, which is the same that I paint my baseboards with and my doors with. I already had it out in my garage. So I'm using this as the final coats of paint on the board and batten. So here's a final look at the board and batten wall, and here's the other side of it, which is my entryway, which obviously needs a little bit of a makeover, but that will not be happening today. We're gonna focus on the other side of the room today, and we're gonna get it decorated for fall. This wall took me about a week to complete, and it cost about $100. So I hope that helps you in case you're planning on a project like this. Now, since I spent money on the board and batten wall, I'm gonna shop my home for the rest of this room. I had this arch and wreath out in my garage that I bought a few years back. I believe the arch is from Kirkland's, and the wreath may be from Kirkland's or possibly Hobby Lobby, but I really don't remember. But I think it kind of completes the look and fills up that space. And then I'm just using the Mrs. Meyer's apple cider vinegar multi-purpose spray to clean off my coffee table, and I'll get this room cleaned and decorated. There was a little bit of dust kicked up from this project, so I just want to make sure and get everything dusted off and the carpet vacuumed. If you're new to my channel today, I just want to officially say welcome. I'm really glad you're here. I hope you're enjoying today's video. Here on my channel, I do cleaning, decorating, decluttering, organizing, just all the things that bring together a clean and calm space, and that's what I like to focus on here on my channel. So a decluttered and clean space, good for our mental health, good for our well-being, and just enjoyable to be in. So if you like relaxing cleaning videos that kind of inspire you to achieve the same in your home, please join my YouTube family. I would love to see you on the next video. Here on the coffee table, again, just shopping from my home, I have a wooden tray and a pitcher of fall florals. These are from Hobby Lobby, and the pitcher and the tray just happen to be from Hobby Lobby as well. And then I'm just gonna take an old vintage book that I got from my grandfather's house after he passed away, and a really nice fall candle. This is actually from Walmart, and one thing I like to do is just buy Walmart candles and then just peel the labels off, and that way they have like a little more neutral look. But this one smells really nice, and I think it looks really nice here in the family room. I also wanted to add in a couple of buffalo check pillow covers that I keep on hand, and I'll use these pretty much year round, but I feel like it warms up the space with those gray tones. I think it brings in some of the warm tones. And now I'm gonna go ahead and clean off my TV and this TV stand and get some decorations on here as well. This garland I really like, but I've had it for at least 10 years. It's kind of on its last leg, but I still really like it, and I really like using it each fall. It just, I don't know, I still like it. It hides the cords, it does the job, and I like the colors, so I just keep using it. So now I'm just gonna give this floor a little sweep, trying to get a little bit under the furniture to gather some of the dust that's come about from my project. It kind of floats around, so again, I had to sweep a couple of times, but then I looked up and noticed kind of a blank wall here in the family room. So I went in my bedroom and picked out this blanket ladder, brought it out here to try, and then I had this blanket in storage from fall, and I had picked this up at Target maybe last year or the year before, and I just thought it added a really nice cozy touch in here. And then here for this little accent chair, I'm just going to put a little pillow on here and just keep it simple. These little pumpkin baskets here I will never part with. I just know that I'm going to hold on to them. Noelle, my 16-year-old, used to play with them when she was really little, like 2 or 3 years old. I would fill them with pumpkins and just let her play with them, and now Alex is doing the same thing. Our 3-year-old, he now has pumpkins to play with in the family room, and so it's just such a joy for me to watch. I can even imagine my grandkids playing with them one day. Friends, thank you for joining me while I created a little board and batten accent wall and decorated my family room for fall. Let me know in the comments if you've started decorating for fall yet. Thank you again for being here. I always appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that whatever you're going through in life, that you always know that you can come over here and hang out with me and we can clean our way to calm together. I love you, and I'll see you next week for episode 2.